Hey yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another Lines of Sight video. This video we're going to be doing a Lines of Sight video on the map Colosseo. I believe I'm saying that right. There's just a couple of spots on this map that can really let you hold certain positions down and stuff like that. We're going to go through a couple of them, and first and foremost, if you're spawning out of this spawn, the best spot in my opinion is around these columns. Playing around these columns can get you such a good vantage point. Making sure that you hold down this door. You can see all the way down that tunnel right there, and you can even check the windows. If you're playing this correctly, you can definitely just make sure that everything in the middle, anything that is peeking you around is just like locked down for your team. You're gonna have stuff that's gonna be, you're gonna have a lot of commotion that's gonna be going down in the middle, and you're gonna have all your tanks right there and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you have them completely locked down. Another spot, I wouldn't necessarily go to the right side. It's not as good as you think it is. And being on this left side, you can't hold down this right side and the middle completely, especially if you're playing around these columns, so make sure you do that. The next spot for this side I want to show you is up these stairs. It's a little bit more of a cliche spot because everybody's going to be expecting to, snipe you out of this spot. You're really exposed, I would say, to a lot of pressure and a lot of damage up here. But a good player, no matter how exposed you are going to be playing around these walls and playing around these windows, they are going to have a rough time trying to get you up out of here, especially if you just peek everybody constantly. If you got a healer on your side at all that's kind of helping you, then you can peek these windows effectively without anybody having any kind of pressure, any kind of real kill pressure on you at all. And not just that, you're going to be really annoying. You're going to be able to lock down this healing spot right there. There's another healing spot right there that you can definitely lock down. Make sure that the opponents don't get to that. And like I said, everything is just going to be coming through and flowing through the middle of the map. So this is another great spot for this map. Moving on to the next spot. Alright, now moving on to our next spot. If you're familiar with this door, this legendary door, then you already know what side we are starting from. This one's another kind of cliche spot, and it's a little bit more vulnerable, but it does kind of counteract the other spot that I was just telling you guys, but not too much, because like I said, if that person is playing around those columns perfectly, then you are just not going to catch them. This window is the same thing, kind of what I showed you guys, but it is going to be really tough if they are playing those corners really hard. But for this spot in particular, you're going to be locking down this door right here. You're going to make sure that nothing comes down below. There's going to be a lot of traffic down here. People thinking that they can sneak through here. Obviously, the middle of the map, you can play your columns right just as well as the other person can. If you want to stay out of his line of sight, and you just play this left column right here. You got a good view for the window, which is, like I said, it's going to be really hard to get that guy. But if you are really strong, then you can definitely get that guy up out of there. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to lock this down, and not just that, there's a healing thing right there. There's going to be people that's going to be coming through. This is like the strong side in my opinion. This is probably where I see the most people come through, trying to get that healing zone and sneak through this left side right here. You're going to make sure that this is completely locked down. You kind of don't want to be too far out exposed right here because there is going to be a lot of traffic right there, so just make sure that that is locked down. And not just that, if they ever get control of this spot, guys, there's a healing drum right there, and right there. This is like the strong side, in my opinion, to be able to break through any kind of defense. So, like, you are a very important asset on this side. And that is pretty much all I have for this map at the moment. There's not too many spots. There's just like some really good lockdown spots that you can make sure that you take control of. If you're a DPS, it's kind of for DPSs on the slick, but tanks are kind of going to be doing their thing in the middle, so it is kind of mostly for DPSs. But like I said, this is the reason why this is a lines of sight video. You're going to make sure that all this is completely locked down. You have a decent amount of cover, and none of this stuff is breakable besides this rail. You're going to be able to, I think this breakable too eventually, but just make sure that you are locking down everything in the middle and watching for the other lines of sight on the opposite side of the map. The bottom side of the map is really important because people are going to try and sneak through, but that's not the strongest side in my opinion. Like I said, I think the left side is the strongest, so make sure that you are just locking that down. And that's pretty much all I got to this video. To the next video, be loud.